I'm quitting Forsaken. I was here before most. I'm a veteran, and I've stood by and unconditionally defended this game since the beginning, but I'm afraid I can't do that anymore. You know, I didn't think I'd be back with another rant on this game so soon, although I don't have much of a choice. This one is gonna be pretty ruthless, because it's probably the only way to get the message through the developers' ignorant skulls. So, let's have a chat. I have a lot to say, so I'll probably split this video up into multiple parts, where we can have a more casual chat about the game itself and its wonderful community another time. Today, I'm going to be venting my frustrations strictly regarding the development side of things. And, as inappropriate as it seems, I'm still going to ask you to subscribe anyway, because, you know, I don't care. Less than 10% of people who watch my videos are actually subscribed to the channel, so make sure you hit the subscribe button. It really helps my channel to grow in these, tough times. You can also support me by joining my Discord server to chat or make suggestions, and by following my Roblox profile to join my games. You can do both using the links in the description. I appreciate all of your support. First of all, I want to just say that I'm glad the community is finally waking up and opening their eyes a bit. Everyone is starting to see through the vicious lies of these developers, and I'm beyond the breaking point where I just can't trust anything they say, and I probably never will again. Surely most of you have heard the new drama. It's almost been impossible to ignore. Forsaken's entire development team is buckling and breaking with exposure after exposure. And to list a couple of examples, a lead developer being all buddy-buddy with Soul, a racist person who the owners refuse to fire, PARIET is an Israel GPT bot, Soul is, well, you know, himself, and BASIL and Hytoko have proven themselves yet again to be utterly useless. As the world literally burns down around me, I figured that now would be a better time than ever to talk about each of these situations, vent every frustration I have with them, and yeah, I'll work my way around and talk about each of them and their respective dramas. KAISER was seemingly fired for associating with Soul, which I think would have been a suitable punishment, you know, if they went through with it, that is. Hytoko's already expressed his discomfort with his employees being chums with Soul, but he should have taken action way sooner. Why wait on this at all? And then BASIL, on the other hand, admitted that she couldn't give less of a shit about the situation, which once again shows the lack of any care on this team. You're running one of the most popular Roblox games, and you say, Shrug, it's up to KAISER. No, it's up to you to do your fucking job. Soul has been actively dragging this game's reputation through the mud since the beginning, and you're letting a lead developer keep regular contact with him? You don't care? I mean, fantastic leadership skills, I gotta say. Anyway, we learned a little bit more about this part of the drama from Hytoko's response document that revealed that KAISER actually willingly left the team and was in fact not fired. Now, I realized when I was reading the response doc, I was like, wait, so basically you weren't gonna fire him over this violation? It took him voluntarily upping and leaving to get him off the team? So what, were you guys intending to overlook this? I would argue that KAISER actually stepped down to save you from yet another PR nightmare, yet you've gone and genuinely set yourself on fire by revealing this information here. You guys are so stupid. So what do I think about KAISER as a person? Look, okay, the guy's younger than me. He's not evil or anything, but he did something bad, and he knew the consequences. And no, I don't care if him and Soul were childhood friends. Insert that for one picture of Mr. Frog and Epstein here. But, dude, I don't give a fuck if you knew each other since you were sperm cells in a dish, or if you met him yesterday. Why would you ever want to be friends with someone like that? Please save yourself and stop being a fucking idiot. Drop this despicable cunt while you still can, please.
Hey, you know what you would call the Flintstones if they were black?
Prankster's drama is probably the most damning proof that the owners of Forsaken have lost their minds completely. If you're unaware, Prankster was caught drunk in a VC saying some pretty racist shit. Tons of hard R's to go around. And on top of this, he's also had a few racist incidents in the past that the team seem to be aware of, but have said nothing about. Hey, being drunk doesn't suddenly make you racist, by the way. I don't know how many of you have actually ever been drunk before, but unless his alcohol was branded as, I don't know, evil racist beer, there's no way he'd randomly become a hardcore racist while drunk, unless he already had those thoughts in his brain beforehand. For some reason, and I'm really, really pissed about this. A lot of people are pissed about this. Even after all this came out, Basil and Hytoko have actively avoided removing him off the team. This is a heavy hitter, by the way. Prankster is a lead developer, and I'm almost certain he actually got promoted to being the lead animator after this, which is disgusting if true, by the way. Oh my god. Why aren't people angry about this? I have no idea. To this very moment, there has still been zero fucking punishment. Nothing. The owners don't care. They don't give a shit about any of us. These are the same owners who fired a moderator for criticizing Outcome Memories a while back. If you can fire people for nothing burgers like that, you can fire someone for blatant racism. It makes no sense to me. You shouldn't get a free pass to Slurtopia just because you're a lead developer. Come on. However, no. This is so funny. This is so good. Let me tell you about possibly the greatest screw-up I've ever seen in Forsaken history. And obviously, it involves Prankster. It's really good, I promise. So, in Hytoko's response document, Prankster had a whole section, and in it he wrote, quote, "I didn't use slurs actively." A lot of people noticed that, and were like, actively? Then Hytoko responded and said that Prankster mistyped it, and it should have read, "I didn't use slurs at all." Which, first of all, even if this was true, you'd think you'd fucking proofread the doc that literally makes or breaks your reputation. Also, how'd you mess up that bad in the first place? But okay. But secondly, yeah, this is just a complete fucking porky pie. The best part is the Prankster has literally said in writing themselves that they've used slurs before in various contexts. But from what I see now, you guys are backtracking on it and saying that no slurs were used at all? Sorry, is this some sort of like mega mind genius thing? Or like, are you guys delusional? To me, this seems yet another example of a blatant, inexcusable lie and proves yet again that Hytoko doesn't care for telling the truth. He only cares about looking good and upholding a false reputation, but we can all see through it now. Look, how is anyone supposed to trust you ever again when you keep walking into the same brick wall over and over and over? Get a grip and remove Prankster from the team, you total moron.
Oh my god, young man, kill yourself!
This one is probably the one that people know the least about. It's actually shocking to me how many people don't know about Pariet. Like, a bunch of you guys don't know who he is. When you think back to May, you might remember how Soul decided to sell off the game to a guy from Do Big Studios before actually transferring the ownership properly to Hytoko and Basil. Well, that guy was Pariet. For a while, I thought the guy was actually pretty chill. He gave Hytoko and Basil full creative freedom, and he just kind of hung out in the background and took his share of 15% of Forsaken's profits without complaint. However, it seemed I was a little bit wrong about him. This is gonna get a little political, so beware, but this is one of Pariet's brand new avatars. Take a second to absorb it. Take it all in. It's actually frying me, bro. The fucking Israel face mask is insane. I actually had to do research on this, and I found out that the Agartha speech bubble accessory thing is actually a fucking Nazi dog whistle. Are you serious? Oh my god! I'm sorry. I'm sorry for laughing, but come on, this is unbelievable. Is this a how many Nazis can we get on one Roblox development team competition? Because Forsaken is winning by a mile. Wait, so Soul gets 25% and Pariet gets 15%. So that's 40% of profits, almost half, goes to neo-Nazis! It just keeps getting better. Oh my god. Oh, it's safe to say I am in awe. How bold can you be to stick this stuff on your public Roblox avatar? Anyway, I've calmed down. Jesus, Pariet, I hope you fucking rot, bro. This guy is just another do-big scumbag who literally makes millions without even needing to lift a finger. And please understand, he does not care for Forsaken or any of the other games he buys. He tricks the devs into selling their games to him so he can sit down with his fat ass and earn his percentage cut because he knows that the actual passionate devs will continue to work and make him money. Yeah, okay, go ahead and take your submissive femboy ass back to the rubbish bin where you belong, prick. you already know it wouldn't be a rant if I didn't bring up Soul for the 90th time, but it won't be like last time at all. I'm not going to get as fired up because, frankly, I don't have enough energy to get as enraged as I usually would. I'm not in my prime anymore, gang. Yeah, Soul is still naturally a terrible, evil individual and is an active danger to everyone around them, but I'm done openly hating them. I've been so stressed out the past year, and I don't have the will to truly hate anyone right now. I want to move on with my life and forget about Soul, preferably as soon as possible. I cannot, in good faith, support current Forsaken if I want to achieve that goal. I'm sorry. But, listen. If you, Soul, if you really want to change, then do this world a favour and just leave Forsaken behind, but for good. If you genuinely want to be a better person, then prove it to me and everyone else by leaving this game and its development team alone. That's only the start of it, but it's a step in the right direction. I want you to be better. No, I can't ever forgive you for your actions. Never, ever. But you don't have to be like this for the rest of your life. I want to see change. That's all I want. I know you're only 18. So it's not too late to save yourself. See a therapist, go for a walk, do anything, whatever it takes to consider your actions. But don't do it here. Not here. Not on Roblox. Leave your unfixable mess behind and find a different career path, please. Maybe not accountancy, though. Oh, yeah, and also, one more thing. I heard through the grapevine that Soul didn't know about Pariet's past and the type of creature they really are, and that they're looking into getting rid of him. Let me reiterate. I'm never forgiving you for the damage you've done, but if you somehow do this, if you somehow remove Pariet from the equation entirely, I might sleep a little bit better knowing you did something right. I would love it. I would be actually genuinely happy about it. But, yeah. Aside from that, Soul is still an irredeemable piece of shit. What a shocker. Who saw that coming? Okay, that's all I really have to say. Now, on to the big kids. This is the section you've probably all been waiting for, and it's also the section I've been dreading the most. This is going to come off extremely harsh, but it's for good reason. Let's talk about the two most clueless owners of all time, Basil and Hytoko. As I said, I did read their response document in full, and to be honest, I wasn't that impressed, and it hasn't really changed my views at all. And after all the lying and manipulation and stupid half-truths these two have been giving us, it's literally impossible for me to trust either of them. But the doc itself, if you haven't read it, was basically a bunch of,
yeah, we did that, LOL, but we sorry, it won't happen again.
But it will. I know it will. It just sounds so soulless and fake. Right. We'll start with Basil. I just want to say this isn't personal. Part of me does feel really bad because of how much shit she's been getting for all of this. More so than all of the others combined. I've seen people saying, like, actually really heinous bad shit to her, and it's not warranted or even remotely okay to do. I'm sorry this game's community is such a toxic fucking cesspool. You've done bad, like, really bad, but death threats are not where it's at. But look, I'm just gonna come out and say it bluntly. Basil as an owner, it's a disgrace. Her and Hytoko, who I'm saving for last for obvious reasons, are two of the laziest, most incompetent, and slimiest lead developers I have ever seen. It's gotten so bad that I don't even know where to begin. I guess a good place to start is this screenshot in particular, which really got under my skin, where this guy here was expressing his frustration over Soul receiving 25% of the profits, and Basil whips around and says,
Oh, someone's got repressed anger.
I can't believe this is real. She's got some fucking nerve, like. Just tells me that she doesn't give a shit about Soul leeching off the game. Literally not an ounce of remorse whatsoever. You already claimed that you didn't care when your employee was buddy-buddy with a racist Nazi manipulator, and now this? Bro, I thought your whole job was supposed to be a PR manager. You think you actually think this makes you guys look good? Oh god. Oh, it's so delusional, it's unreal. Oh yeah, and another quick thing. I wouldn't say the slow crumble of your entire development backbone is a
silly argument.
But sure, girl boss,
Whatever you say.
Now, you guys are in for a treat with this next part. because it's a little bit more exclusive. Very little people from the public know about this incident, and to be honest, I actually don't know to what extent I can talk about this, but fuck it! I don't care anymore. Don't worry, I'll censor the names accordingly, okay? So, we have an ASYM creator server, which is a private Discord server where the biggest Roblox ASYM YouTubers hang out. Yes, including me! And some of the Forsaken team members were also in there, including Basil. Sharky Leo, fellow YouTuber and friend, started pressing her on the whole prankster thing the other day during a conversation we were having. Mostly just asking when they intended to ban him, or if they plan to at all. He was incredibly angry that they hadn't removed the guy from the team yet, because, I mean, more so than others, especially because he's black, and you know, Prankster was dead-ass slinging hard R's like a cowboy in the Wild West. But, despite everything, Basil wasn't budging. I wasn't really involved in the conversation personally, but from what I could see, Basil was definitely just kind of dancing around Sharky's questions about the whole situation. For example, I don't know, by asking questions in response to his questions, going back and forth and just like not getting anywhere, like it's bloody riddle school or something. Either way, it got a little heated, and instead of just providing an actual answer, she ran away and left the server. And I guess this is a recurring strategy. I've noticed her typical cycle is to not answer any questions and then flee like a pussy when they get pressed or confronted on literally any matter. And I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. I know Sharky wasn't behaving in the most rational way, but this guy was in his right to ask about it, and I respect him for directly standing up to her like that. I have no idea why they're so keen on keeping a problematic person on their team. The proof is in the pudding. It's right in front of them. It looks so bad. It comes across as them not giving a single shit about their reputation anymore. It's like they've all lost their minds completely. And by the way, I checked with Sharky to see if I could use some of these screenshots from the conversation as examples and stuff, and he gave me the go-ahead. As for Basil, I couldn't care less. I'm almost certain I'm the first person to actually publicize this, so God knows what consequences will come of this, but at this point I'm kind of beyond the point of caring. Anyway, I'm pretty much done with bludgeoning Basil to death. I know there's a lot of other stuff, but I kind of went through it already. I've already said a lot about both Basil and Hytoko throughout the video anyway, but whatever. We'll move on to the big boss himself.
Hytoko.
Once again, this isn't much of a personal attack or anything. I don't know him, but Hytoko is also directly responsible for everything that's happened over the past few months. Christ! This guy is an absolute fucking doughball. He is so incompetent, it's unreal. Hytoko is not fit to lead Forsaken. He tells lie after lie after lie, and the players just eat it up. Then he gets exposed for lying, everyone gets mad at him a bit, then goes back to digging in their bungholes. Then the cycle repeats. But I'm sick of this cycle. I am done with this cycle. I told you less than 2 months ago that you need to stop lying before the community turns on you completely, and you didn't stop. I told you it was gonna happen, you dumb fuck. Every lie you've ever told is built up into this toxic mass, and it's biting back now, and you deserve it. You know you deserve it. Mistake after mistake, and you think I can just overlook it? You think that we won't rise up against it, and that we're all stupid? I know that you think we're all stupid, and yes, maybe many of us in the Forsaken community are kids who don't understand, but those who do are easily able to recognize you for what you are. A liar and a cheat. After all these BS apologies, I'll never be able to trust you. I'm glad the Forsaken community is pointing daggers at you now. The game is cursed. It is quite literally in damnation under your control. Make a few more mistakes, your game is doomed to fail. I don't know if there's another way to turn this ship around, but if there is, you better come up with something fast. I thought you and Basil wanted to make us proud, huh? I mean, you failed. You failed spectacularly. You have fucked everything up! More so than Soul did. You couldn't even be bothered to change the game's name because of popularity and money. In some regard, I could argue that you're just as bad as Soul. Maybe not as a person, but certainly as a leader. You have finally made me understand now. It was never about being righteous or morals. It was about money and popularity. Because of course it is. Oh, wait. Oh! Oh, so it turns out that was false? Oh, right, okay. So why would you say it in the fucking first place, you fucking fool? Hytoko spends half his time tweeting about the biggest nothing burgers of all time that nobody cares about, yet when it comes to probably the most damning piece of evidence I've ever seen, he just bats his eye and waits to release his rubbish document that I don't care about. Shouldn't something as huge as this be addressed ASAP? Or maybe I'm just missing something and Hytoko is actually just Einstein or something. Oh my god, I've been talking for so long. I hope these two owners are happy with themselves. This whole thing is a disgrace, and the pair of them know it. There is no response good enough to explain themselves for this. I'm sorry. But whatever, I'm done here. I'm not playing the new Forsaken update either. Fuck that! It actually looks pretty fun, but I can't. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm sure half of the community will forget about this drama after that update, and they know it. They don't care about you. They think you're stupid, and they just expect you to take it how it is. Open your eyes, people. Come on. As I said at the beginning, I'll return with another video soon detailing all of my problems with the game and community, as well as what it's been like for me as a content creator. We'll have a little personal talk, and I'll give you some behind the scenes information when the time comes. I think I've said pretty much all I need to say on the developers. I'm frankly sick of complaining about all these problematic individuals and idiots working on this game, so I don't really intend to ever again, but who knows, I'll probably end up eating my words. Anyway, I'm wrapping it up here and now, and I think that's for the best for my mental health. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe to support me and to see all my wacky new videos I make in the future. I'll be sticking to asymmetrical content and maybe some other variety content at some point. And keep in mind, I still need to finish working on my final few Forsaken videos that I've already made progress on before I drop it completely. I promise I'll make them worth your time. Goodbye.